As we've discussed briefly before, the texts we read are generally very hierarchical. A book is broken into several parts with several chapters per part. Each chapter can be considered a standalone article, and it may contain many ideas or sections consisting of several paragraphs each. Even each paragraph may be broken down further into its many details. If we build one mental slideshow or mental palace for all of this structure, we won't remember much of it. For this reason, it makes sense to utilize the text's inherent structure to our advantage. For example, we can use 3 distinct levels of markers for the text in highly structured form. At the top level of our imaginary hierarchy, we have the whole book and its metadata: title, publication date, names of the authors and their bio, the main idea of the book, and how it connects to other books in the field or to our own knowledge, even some critical responses or our own impressions from the book. All of these details are metadata. Some of them allow us to find the book later, others allow us to look for similar literature and information, and yet others describe the content and connect it to other literature in our body of knowledge. When we get a new book, we should be able to remember this metadata, but we also need to connect it to some markers representing the book. For this reason, it's a good idea to pre-read the book for 2 to 3 minutes, just enough to get a feel for the book and look at the cover for just long enough to have a decent marker for it. In a way, this is our own personal version of the cover that we'll use. In the middle level of our imaginary hierarchy, there is the book structure, how different ideas relate to each other, and on which page to look for the ideas we want to review. Mind maps are very comfortable for navigating the hierarchy from the top level main idea of the book to the more specific concepts in each section. Generally, these mind maps will contain many logical markers to describe the relationships between different ideas. Just a reminder, every time we finish reading a section, we pause for a second to connect it to the web representing that subject. Sometimes we're able to generate many more links than provided by the text, for example, to our own thoughts and memories. Later, if we need to navigate this complex web to get the section we want in seconds, it will be helpful to use our logical understandings and emotions about the text to have more than one path to the desired information. At the lowest level of our imaginary hierarchy, we have each section and its detailed information, such as stories, examples, or other interesting information. Typically, this amounts to roughly 10 markers of roughly 5 details each. With that said, you can basically remember each section any way you find fit. For information you truly need unparalleled comprehension on, some students may prefer memory palaces, which we're going to learn in an upcoming lecture along with mind maps. At the level of a specific section, memory palaces are small and comfortable to work with, though they may be overkill for the level of long-term memory you likely need. Many other students continue using mind maps at this level. You can even generate small cartoons and presentations of several markers in an animated form. The specific strategy you'll use and some of the initial basic markers are generally selected during the pre-reading, and the specific details and links to other sections are added after reading, while trying to recall the marker structure. We can also connect our own thoughts and opinions during the breaks we take when reading. It's important to generate strong differentiations between what we read and the reactions and thoughts we have as a result. After all, you don't want to remember your opinions as facts given by the author. Make sure to visualize your own additions to the text differently, for example, in a different color or with a different emotional marker assigned to them.